Have you ever engaged in something that used to feel really meaningful? Maybe something that you derived a lot of pleasure or joy from, and realize in the midst of it that it just doesn't hit the same anymore? Not because something is wrong, not because the situation has changed, but because something in you did. And that moment can be a strange place to find yourself because on the outside, everything might still be working just fine. The relationship is still there, the job still makes sense, your life still looks fine. But internally, there's this quieter experience of, I don't think this fits me anymore. And this is usually the moment where things can start to feel a little unsettled inside. Because there can often be this strong pull to figure it out right away, to analyze it, to explain it, to decide what to do about it. Almost like, okay, if this doesn't feel right anymore, then what am I supposed to do instead? And another way that this can be met is just a little different. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Instead of just solving it, can we instead just notice that something in me isn't meeting this in the same way anymore without needing to turn it into a major life decision yet? And I know that might sound simple, but for a lot of people, that's actually a really new way of relating. Because instead of reacting to the shift, you're starting to stay with it. And inside that moment, there are often different parts that are showing up. There can be a part that feels really relieved, like something honest is finally being acknowledged. And another part that maybe feels really uneasy, like something important might need to change as a result. And sometimes even a part that just wants things to go back to the way that they were before. And all of this can exist at the same time, all of these different parts. And none of this means that anything is wrong. This is where growth starts to show up in real life. In relationships, it might look like noticing you didn't want to smooth things over in the same ways you had before. Or feeling the difference between being connected and being accommodating. And that can be subtle, but it changes something. Let's look at parenting. In parenting, it can feel like deeply caring for someone else while also realizing that you don't want to disappear from your own experience in the process. It's not losing track of your own needs and internal world, even while you're showing up for someone else. And for a lot of people, that is not something that we were shown how to do in a healthy way. And at work, it can look like something once that felt really meaningful starts to feel a little heavier, or realizing that what used to motivate you is now just frustrating you. And that can bring up a lot of urgency. All of that can. But urgency and clarity aren't the same thing. Clarity tends to come from staying with the shift rather than rushing to get out of it. Because a lot of this work isn't about needing a brand new life right away. It's about something changing in how you relate to the life that you already have. And over time, that shift starts to bring more clarity. And from that clarity, what wants to change starts to become more obvious and a little easier to trust. There's also often something underneath all of this as well that already knows what feels right for us. And a lot of this work is just unlearning whatever it is that got layered on top of that. So it's remembering something that hasn't actually gone anywhere. It's just been a little repressed. So When something feels different, even if nothing on the outside has changed yet, that doesn't mean that anything is wrong. It might just mean that something internally is shifting. And that shift, it doesn't need to be rushed. It can take a little time to understand what's actually changing and what wants to emerge next. And that's okay. I'd be really curious. Does it feel like something in your life needs to change? Or more like something internally is already starting to shift? No pressure to have any clear answers right now. It's just something to maybe begin to notice within yourself. And wherever this finds you, I am really glad that you're here. Thanks for being here. Take what fits you, take what serves you, and leave the rest. But do take care of yourself. All right, I'll see you in the next one.